In tonight's Next Time Try This segment, I want to talk to you about lapping a crank. What exactly does that mean? At the end of your crank, where your either internal rotor or your flywheel goes, it's tapered, just like this. When you put it on here, it's supposed to fit very snugly. Sometimes you'll have a high spot or a low spot. Many people make the mistake of thinking that once they put the keyway in, this little key right here, into that slot, well, they're safe and sound and they're not going to have a problem. But they do. They'll sometimes shear off this little keyway. Let's get a closer look and I'll show you a little bit more about what I'm trying to explain to you, and then we'll give you the remedy to this problem. Well, I kind of got started putting on my valve grinding compound on the end of this crank before the camera started to go. But anyway, you can see right here where the keyway is, and here's the little key that sits in there. And many people think that once they put that key in, that when they put the flywheel on, that's going to hold it in place. It really, really isn't. You need to have this tapered end of the crank as smooth as possible, no high spots, no low spots, and with a little valve grinding compound on there now, I'm going to show you how you can do that. Once you get it on, you just start spinning it in one direction. Keep even pressure. Start pushing in as if you're trying to run in a bolt. And they recommend you do this in one direction. If you went the other way, it's not changing anybody's life. Okay? Now, what you'll be able to see here in a moment, after I wipe this off, is exactly what I was hoping you would see. You see how that crank is all dull around the edge where the taper is? It's all dull. You want exactly that. It's all dull. It's not shiny in some spots and dull in others. You know you have a nice even finish on that tapered end. A lot of people think that, well, once I have the keyway in there and I've got my rotor in, that it's going to hold it steady. It's not going to move. That's not necessarily so. And if I can just take a moment more here, I should actually be cleaning this out with a little, here we got the stuff right here. A little brake clean from my friend Russell Waters at Amsoil. We'll just spray that out quickly. Get that out of there. Put our key in there, just like that. And I'm also going to give this rotor a little spritz on the inside. Get out of the valve grinding compound that might be in there. Now, the purpose of the key and the keyway is just to line up the rotor. You have magnets on here. You want to line up those magnets so they go around, and when they hit the part of the ignition, it's going to cause the spark to happen in your bike. But that's why it's there. It's not really there to hold on the rotor itself. Now, with that thing on there just like that, I know it's in the right place. And even if I do that, not running the bolt in the end, not giving it a tap with a rubber mallet or anything else, I can't get that off right now. The only way I would be able to pull that off is with a puller, with the correct puller. There is no better fit than a taper fit. Yes, a press fit, an interference fit, probably not. But they taper the end of a crank and a rotor just for this purpose, so it stays right there and doesn't move. That's the way you want to put a rotor on the end of your crank. Next time, try that.